I fucking knew it.
What is going on, guys? JWAGS 412, and as you know, if you've seen the video, I made a video last night of me playing Destiny 2. The beta is it's open beta out for all platforms besides Nintendo Switch. And I was playing the game. I just want to give you guys my overall thoughts and opinions on it as I was playing it, and then at the end I gave my final thoughts about it. But my audio was fucked up because I messed up the game volume to the audio volume. It was just a mess. So the last video I really don't feel did justice. So I want to throw out some points that I want to make about the game and my overall thoughts on Destiny 2 and Destiny in general. So first thing is I knew it was going to happen. So I'm playing this game and it automatically, from the bat, instantly feels like a copy and paste from the first one. It plays exactly like the first one. It has different environments. You know, of course, it's the beta, so they look pretty good. You know, like lush, you know, decent graphics. They should be for a game of this caliber and a game of this budget. There's been a lot of hype behind this game. It has a huge following. It's a big hype train, and a lot of people are thinking that this is the game that we should have got from the first place, after, you know, from the beginning. But Destiny 1 left such a bad taste in my mouth, guys. So I played Destiny 1. I bought Destiny 1. I did the raids with my friends. Did all the loot drops, did all the fucking, you know, 2-hour, 3-hour fucking raids just to get no loot or some shitty loot or, you know, no loot at all. Just bullet sponge bosses, not much variation in enemies, and it just wore off on me, and I didn't play the game very long before I put it down forever. And once I heard about Destiny 2 coming out, I was not excited about it, especially after the whole debacle with their DLC. I think it ended up being $150 worth of DLC when it was all said and done, and it was all shit. Remember the Taken King debacle? It was all bullshit. Now there is a ton of different playstyles game. There's a lot of loot. There's a lot of different weapons and shit, but it just feels like it's not fresh. There's nothing new. As I'm playing this, you see I'm jumping around. I use a couple different weapons, threw some grenades. I encountered one enemy type, initially, for the longest time. These big ogre monster looking things, and then it was the same enemy type with a shield. So essentially, just the same enemy type, which is much stronger. No variation in the way they played, no variation in the way you had to attack. You know, it's just kind of, you know, hide behind a wall, shoot, hide behind a wall, shoot, and then move on to the next one. And then it got to the point where I encountered, just like the first one, I got to a point where I had to defend a point, so defend this tower, you know, against this wave of enemies. I had to do that 3 different times in just the beta alone. It's a copy and paste from Gears of War Horde mode. It's ripped straight from that, and it is not fun. It has nothing new to this game at all. Nothing at all. As you can see here, this you know, this game is an RPG, so it's, you know, RPG shooter, so it has a lot of you know, elements to tie into that. A lot of customizable options for your character. It's supposed to be more so in this game. I guess we'll see. But the big thing the first one was missing was any story at all. The first one, nobody really knows what the fuck it was about. The travelers and everything else. And this one is promising to have more of a story. Now, I will say, sorry about my throat's a little dry. Now, what I see, I played a beta and there were a couple cutscenes, but they were still confusing to me. I'm not sure what they were trying to portray, but there are some cutscenes there. So it seems as though this is going to be, this game's going to have more of a story than the first one did. So maybe we'll get some answers as to what this universe is and what the lore of Destiny is supposed to be. Now, one thing that I absolutely have to give Destiny credit for is their art style and their backdrops. I mean, you see me out, I'm looking at the city below me, and looking at the planet up into the distance here, and it looks absolutely incredible. I was, you know, just sitting here for a while, just looking at that. It blew me away, just like the first one. I don't even remember the first one. You looked at the planet, it was tilting a little bit. So a lot of care goes into the art style of this game and the graphics and the detail of this game. I will give them that, but pretty game does not make the game. It does not make it more fun. It does not make it more enjoyable. It does not, you know, give you a different play style. It does not, you know, it does not make a game. Even the flames right here, the fire right here looks a little, you know, a little shitty to me. And you could say this is a beta, oh, they're going to iron the bugs out, but let me tell you something, guys. Every beta I've ever played in my life, whether it was 6 months before the release of the game or 2 weeks, 3, whatever it is, it has been the exact same experience when I actually picked the game up, if I did pick the game or if I did play it. There's not enough time for them to change anything significant in this beta. This beta is showing the game as it sits. So any complaints or anything like that, or any suggestions to improve the game, it's not going to register. Maybe in a patch down the road, they put something in, but the game will release at this state. There's no question about it. Now, I did not get a chance to play PvP, and some people might say, oh, well, how can you judge the game if you didn't play the online multiplayer? Well, I was trying to complete this mandatory tutorial, which is what this whole thing, all this footage you're seeing me from right now in the other video I released, is a mandatory tutorial that you have to beat before you can play PvP. So I didn't finish the tutorial, guys. I couldn't get past it. I couldn't get into it. Nor did I want to finish it. So I did not get a chance to play PvP. And it sucks because I had people to play PvP with. Although I was, as I was told, the only game mode was capture the flag, which really isn't my cup of tea either way. So I wasn't really too concerned about it. And I think this tutorial was a good indication of what the game's going to be like. It's going to be the same. It's the same exact playstyle. So I don't think I missed too much with the PvP. And I think I can form an opinion of this game just from playing the tutorial itself. Now, my final thoughts on Destiny 2, I will not be picking this game up at all. I will not. You will never see any other videos about it unless I'll probably do a video down the line once they release their bullshit DLC again and go into their same old shit, which is already doing. You know, if you own a PS4, you get exclusive content months before Xbox and PC, whether it's skins, loot, different maps, whatever it might be. PS4 has an exclusivity clause with Destiny and Bungie, so they will get the first dibs on that. But even just beforehand, I knew it was gonna be bullshit months and months ago. I was making a video. I made a video about Destiny, kind of pre-telling, breaking down the trailer when it first released. They're already doing, pre-order now, get early beta access. So people who pre-ordered the game, I believe, got access to the beta on Tuesday of this week, so 3 days prior to the open beta. And I admit I've done that for games before, like Gears and shit like that, but it's every game company's doing it nowadays. But I still think it's bullshit. They're trying to give you that incentive to pre-order. And then maybe you get some more skins and shit like that. But you can wait I can wait 2 or 3 days to play the open beta, just like everybody else, as opposed to paying for it before I know if the game's any good or not. I will say that I do appreciate the early beta. A lot of games don't even do betas. I feel like every game should do a beta so you can try it out and see if you like it. Kind of like Steam, how you could try the first 2 hours of a game to see if you enjoy it. If not, you can refund the game. I think it's a great idea because I buy a lot of games. So I start playing them, I realize either I'm not into them, the game's not for me, or the game is just terrible in general. So I do. That is one plus for them, is they did put a beta out there for everybody to try. So I give them credit for that. But my final thoughts on this, guys, don't, if you're a Destiny fan, and if you're just really that into Destiny, you're a hardcore Destiny person, then, of course, this game's for you. This game appeals to you. You're going to pick up day one. You probably already have it pre-ordered now. So if that is the case, enjoy it. But for other people, if you're new to Destiny, or if you play the first Destiny and you got a bad taste in your mouth, this is going to be more of the same. I would not recommend that you pick this up, especially day one. Maybe wait and see how the reviews turn out, which they'll probably be good anyway. But just wait and see. To hear a little more about it, what the DLC is going to be like, what if there's any bugs with the game. I'd say a couple weeks to a month after initial release, or if you're really not that in Destiny and you still want to play it eventually, wait until it will be up on not a Steam sale, but wait till it goes on Xbox sale. I'm sure a couple months after release, maybe 4 months after release, you'll be able to find on Xbox for $30-$35, and at that price is probably absolutely worth it just for the story alone. If you just a little PvP with your friends, just a little fun. But for the most part, I am not a Destiny person, and that plays a big part into why this game's not for me. I never got into Halo, which is heavily inspired. This game takes heavy inspiration from Halo, and I was never into that game either. So maybe that's a factor as to why I don't like this game either. But probably the main thing is just the disappointment that Destiny 1 was, and the money pit that was, and the way they raped their fan base and let everybody down. But that's it for me, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Talk to you guys next time. Thanks.